Okay, and we are back. So for this top part, we already talked about how a kitchen sink you would use liters because liter is a bigger unit. For a soup spoon, you would use switch back to my black here. Milliliters. That's a smaller unit. Teacup, you would also use milliliters. In a washing machine, you would use liters. So then, that's going to help us here with this next part. A juice container, you would use 1 liter would be a juice container. Definitely would not be 1 milliliter. That'd be tiny. Bowl of soup, 500 liters would be huge. That's 500 milliliters. Then for these down here, so there are 900 milliliters of water in a pitcher. So this whole thing is 900. He pours out 500. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So basically I've just took out 5 of them, and I can count how many he has left then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 500 milliliters. Oh, no, what I do have to make sure, though, is because it's not what I just did. I'm going to back that up there. I don't want to screw that up. I first have to make sure I count out how many there are. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Because he had 900 milliliters in here. So I'm only going up to that line right there. And he pours out 500. So it'll be 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. Now I can figure out how many he has left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 400. And if I'm doing my equation over here, 900 minus 500 equals 400 milliliters. I'm just going to write that ml for short. Number 8, Mr. Rojo put 6 liters of fuel into a gas can, and that can hold 10 liters. Okay, so I'm going to make sure I'm going to do my counting here first again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So it is 10 to the top. So he already put 6 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I can count how many left then. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. And for my equation for this one, well, since I already know my total, I would subtract 6 to get 4 liters left in there. And then Shelby needs to water each of her 3 plants with 200 milliliters of water. Okay, so I had to erase my dry on that last one. So that's 1 plant, because that's 200 milliliters. 2 plants. 3 plants. Okay, because I was just doing loopings. And each of these is 100, so that's 200, 400, 600. And yeah, that would work because I would do 3 plants, 200 each, and 3 times 2 is 6. Then just add 2 zeros, so 600 milliliters. Okay, if you need to go back and rewatch that part, please go right ahead. Check any of those answers. And then we're going to go to page 442. And again, I'm just going to read all the problems, then we'll come back and check them. Make sense of problems involving liquid volume. So it's going to be just the same kind of thing. You're going to be using these pictures right next to the problems, and you're going to be doing an equation for each. So use the drawings to represent and solve the problem. The deli sold 24 liters of juice in 3 days. The same amount of juice, or the same amount was sold each day. Okay, that's important. How many liters of juice did the deli sell each day? And so then over here, you see that it counts by 2s. So then I can use that to figure out, okay, so if I'm going to be kind of counting by 2s, I can use that to kind of help me count out what I'm going to need to figure out, like, if they sell the same amount in 3 days, because what I'm going to try to do is group this into 3. So trying to figure out, okay, so, and I should also count up to 24, because it counts by 2s, but I'm going to count up to 24. So I'll just do that part with you right now too. So it goes 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So up to this top line is going to be my 24. And I need to try to figure out, okay, how can I split that into groups of 3? And for this one, if you wanted to, you could do your equation first, because you're probably already thinking if it's multiplication or division or addition, subtraction. Then you could circle the picture. Number 11, Tim has a bucket filled with 12 liters of water and a bucket filled with 20 liters of water. What is the total volume of the buckets? Okay, on this one counts by 2s. So one is filled with 20, the other is filled with 12. So I'm just going to count here, 2, because it counts by 2s, it says right there. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. So it's 20 right there. This is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So that's 12, so I can use that to help me on that one. Number 12, Sarah made a smoothie and gave her friend 250 milliliters. There are 550 milliliters left. How many milliliters smoothie did Sarah make? Ooh. So, these big lines right here are the 100 milliliters, and in between are going to be the halves. So, she gave her friend 250. There are 550 left. So, she gave her friend 250. So 100, 200, 250. And then she gave her friend she gave her friend 250. She has 550 left. How many did she start with? So I'm going to just stop it there. Then you could use that to help you for the rest of it. And then for these last two, it says solve, use a drawing if you need to. Diane has 12 liters of iced tea to divide equally among 4 tables. How many liters should she put at each table? Mr. Valley filled 7 jars with his famous barbecue sauce. Each jar holds 750 milliliters. How many milliliters of sauce did he have? But do equations for each of those. And the last question here, just describe, goes back to our goal, the relationship between liter and milliliter. So for this one, you can talk about how things are the same and different. For this last one. Okay, and I'll see you back.